What's up, everyone? It's Michael here, aka Dangstrat. I hope all is well. Today is Sunday, April 13th, and in about 30 minutes, it'll be midnight, April 14th. So, here is my weekly outlook for the upcoming week. Starting off with dollar, taking a look at the weekly chart here, you can see that we have taken out our weekly objective now. So, after deviating this range high, we have been looking for this range low to be the higher time frame draw on liquidity, and we finally took that level out this week. After about a month and a half or so, after we deviated this high, we got confirmation in the beginning of March, and then since then we've been looking to take out this level here, in terms of the higher time frame draw on liquidity. So zooming into the daily chart, you can see that we rejected the volume imbalance last week, and then basically on Thursday, Trump announced a pause, a 90-day pause on the tariffs, and then dollar had a massive move lower. And then Friday, we saw follow through to take out that higher time frame draw on liquidity. So moving over to EU, you can see EU also took out our higher time frame drawn liquidity at this range high here. So you have the range high, range low. After we deviated this level, we've been looking for this to be the higher time frame drawn liquidity, and you can see last week was one of the biggest weeks that, in terms of the weekly candle range, that was one of the biggest weeks that we've ever seen. And so, yeah, we took out liquidity, and so right now, I'll probably let things build out a little bit and then kind of go from there. This market is quite volatile right now, so it's gonna be yeah. I'm just waiting for some A plus setups right now, and moving over to GU. I think GU still has potential upside. Again, we had a nice candle close there last week, and this is the current range that I'm watching. So you have the range low here. We deviated that level. Now looking at the range high to be the draw on liquidity. And excuse me, again, last week, nice weekly close there for GU. So I still think we have potential upside here. In terms of the daily, we definitely could start to retrace lower into this imbalance here, and then look for potential longs off that level, potential Monday range play for this upcoming week if we can get it. So that is currently what I am eyeing for FX right now. And moving over to indices, right now, in my opinion, I think indices will be my top watch this week. Last week, I talked about how, in my opinion, when I made the last or the outlook from last week, I talked about how we were very, very close to the bottom, if not, bottomed out. So I made my outlook on Monday last week, and that was this candle here when we took out the 2024 yearly low. Once we took out that 2024 yearly low, you can also see that we hit a monthly demand zone, and then you can see we had a massive reaction off that level. So in my opinion, I think the bottom is in. Right now, I will look for new all-time highs here in potentially Q2, April, May, June. We'll see if we can reach new all-time highs. If not, I think we will hit it by Q3 if we don't hit it in Q2. So same idea for NQ. We took out that 2024 yearly low. We hit that monthly demand zone. You can see this nice lower wick here on the monthly time frame currently, and yeah, we'll see. Again, I think we will draw towards that previous all-time high level next. If you look on the 12th month chart as well, it's pretty difficult to be bearish here off this level. So you can see this down close candle at 18,549. That will be a key level for this upcoming week. And moving over to ES, back to ES, if you go onto that 12-month time frame, this order block or POI, higher time frame POI, this would be a key level to hold for the upcoming week for ES. So, in my opinion, I think I will, or the indices will be my main focus this week. I think EU and GU, especially EU, took out some major levels. So, I think my top focus will be ES and NQ for this week. Moving on to BTC, and for BTC, I still see potentially two scenarios right now. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards this scenario just because I think indices potentially has bottomed out. So I think this scenario for BTC is more likely than my other scenario. So basically, before I go over my other scenario, I'm going to talk about this one. So you have the range high here, the range low here. Basically, this is a big deviation of the range low. And let's zoom out a little bit. Let's take a look at this weekly close. So you can see last week it was the first week where we had a nice weekly close. We haven't had a close like this after taking out liquidity in a while. So if you look here, we had a raid on the previous month's low and also within this weekly fair value gap, and then we close with a nice weekly candle. So ideally this week I would like to see at least price take out this level here. This high is like 88k, 88.7k. That also lines up with the range low. So once we take out, or if we take out that level, I think we'll probably take that level out this week. But I would like to see, a nice strong close back above like 90k to close back within the range low. Even better, we can close back above the yearly open. That would be quite bullish in my opinion. And then we're likely going to see, new highs if we can close back above 93k. So we can close back above 93k. We can look at this here as accumulation. I'm just going to remove this for now. And then this here as manipulation. And then again, if we can reclaim the range low, then this as distribution. So this is what I'm currently leaning towards. But again, I would like to see a reclaim of at least the range low at about 90k-ish or so. The second scenario that I potentially see still that could happen is we still build out a range here or a new base, and then we manipulate lower before we go higher. So, that's why this range low level or this 90k level is going to be very key coming up. Because if we reject this level, it's very possible we could chop a little bit more for the rest of Q2. See manipulation down here into like the previous cycle's high. Also just this major demand zone, and then go higher from there. So, these are my two scenarios for BTC. Right now, I'm currently leaning towards this one, but I need a little bit more confirmation if, I'm looking for this one. So that is it for today. I hope all is well, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.